So, Pi Network just dropped an announcement about something called secondary migrations. And on the surface, it looks like a pretty simple update. But trust me, it's not. It's a clue to a much deeper strategy. Let's dig in and figure out what's really going on.
Just like the slide says, something has changed, and it's not in the big flashy headlines. It's hidden in the details that most people just scroll right past. Today, we're going to unpack that unspoken strategy.
All right, so first things first, what was this official announcement even about? On the surface, it's all about kicking off a new phase of migrations.
Okay, so what you're seeing here is the official word. Basically, it says that since a recent Pi Day, pioneers who've passed their KYC can now move more of their Pi over to the mainnet. This is a pretty big deal, especially for you longtime users who've been mining away since your very first transfer.
And just so we're all on the same page, the official name for this is secondary migrations. Think of it like this. It's the process that takes all that extra Pi you've mined, especially the bonuses from your referrals, and moves it from just being a number in the app to a real tangible asset on the mainnet. You know, the live blockchain where everything actually happens.
But look, this is way more than just shuffling numbers from one column to another. The first, and maybe the biggest, implication here is about turning this virtual piggy bank into a real functioning economy.
And this right here, it perfectly lays out the chain reaction the core team is aiming for. It's a simple, four-step plan. You start with more migrations, which means more real Pi lands on the mainnet. That Pi then provides the liquidity, the cash flow basically, that apps need to work. And that is what fuels a living, breathing, active ecosystem. It's how you kickstart the whole thing.
So what's really cool here is how this connects that new liquidity to actual projects. You've got platforms like the Pi Launchpad, which is kind of the testing ground, and the Pi App Studio, which is the live main stage. Both of these need a steady flow of real Pi to be more than just a concept. This update, it's the fuel they've been waiting for. It's the bridge from just testing things out to real-world use.
All right, so that's the official story, the PR-friendly version. But what is the core team not saying out loud? This is where it gets really interesting. This is the hidden strategy behind it all.
Let's start with a really important question. Why would they link your bonus Pi to whether or not your referrals have completed their KYC? I mean, think about it. Your bonus is held hostage until they verify their identity. Why set it up like that?
And this is the rule right here. Your bonus is directly tied to what your referral team does. You don't get your rewards until they get their identity verified. It's a simple little rule, but it has massive implications.
And this is the unspoken strategy. It's not just some random rule. It is a brilliant, multi-layered master plan. First, it automatically filters out all the fake or abandoned accounts so they can figure out the true circulating supply of Pi. Second, it creates this organic peer pressure to get KYC done. It basically outsources the nagging to the community. And third, it literally transforms every single pioneer into a kind of compliance agent for the network, all because you're motivated to get your team verified so you can get your Pi.
Okay, so the strategy is clever, for sure, but it won't work without a rock-solid, secure foundation. So let's look at what the core team is doing behind the scenes to build that trust.
In their announcement, the core team made a point to mention just how technically complicated it is to calculate all these bonuses. I mean, they have to check the KYC status for every single person in every single mining session. It's a huge computational task.
So why are they making such a big deal about how hard it is? Well, it's a very smart communication strategy. It takes something the community was frustrated about, how slow things were, and reframes it as proof that they're being incredibly careful and serious. The message becomes, we choose prudence over speed because this has to be done right.
And right alongside that, they've rolled out another critical security layer, mandatory two-factor authentication, or 2FA. From now on, before you can do any migration, you have to secure your account this way. It's not optional, because we're talking about real, irreversible blockchain transactions now. There are no takebacks.
And the hidden message here is, well, it's pretty profound. By forcing everyone to level up their security, the core team is getting us all ready for the open mainnet. This is the final handover of responsibility. They're essentially saying, look, we've built the car. Now it's up to you to learn how to drive it and keep your keys safe. The hand-holding phase is officially coming to an end.
So let's pull all these threads together. We've got an economic strategy, a network cleaning strategy, and a security strategy. But where does it all lead? What's the real endgame here? It's all about preparing for a stable and successful open mainnet.
All of this incredibly complex front-loaded work is being done for one reason: to build a system that can eventually run itself. The ultimate goal here is to have regular, automated migrations that keep the economy stable without someone having to manually push buttons all the time.
And this isn't just some far-off plan either. It's already happening. The latest numbers show that over 119,000 pioneers have already completed their second migration. So the system works, and people are using it right now. So when you step back and look at the whole thing, the migrations, the big push for KYC, the new security rules, the full picture starts to emerge. Every single one of these steps is a deliberate building block, all part of a plan to construct a mature, secure, and fully automated Web3 economy.
Which of course leaves us with the one big question on everyone's mind. With all these strategic pieces falling into place, is the Pi economy finally getting ready to open its doors to the world? That's the billion-dollar question that this whole update forces us to ask.